Hey, I'm Evanjelin Elchmanar, Miss International UK 2021, and you're watching the Pageant and PJs podcast.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pageants and PJs. I'm really bad at this. 85. Our special guest for tonight is a familiar face with a different piece of hardware now. Evanjelin Elchmanar. Evanjelin, congratulations. How are you?
Thank you. I tried to show you the crown, but it's just right behind me. But that failed. So I tried to create this setup, but completely failed. But we grab it. Here is the jewel.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I'm able to wear this crown and represent the United Kingdom at the 60th Miss International UK. Miss International. I'm just
Please rate the crown out from 1 to 10. Rate the crown on how comfortable it is. I mean, it looks amazing, but how comfortable is this one to wear? It looks quite big.
Surprisingly, it's actually quite comfortable. I prefer to wear it with my hair down. When my hair's up, it kind of feels you have this indent. I'm sure you guys know. You get this indent on your head, but this is surprisingly comfortable. Like comparing it to my Miss Teen Great Britain one, this is by far more comfortable.
Oh yeah, were you the year they were really big?
I think it's maybe this much more.
Yeah, they were huge.
Jeez.
And it's fairly light as well. Don't know if you can see it, but I'm not complaining. I'll take the pain any day.
I can't believe you guys actually disfigure yourself for pageantry. Like you actually have. I've heard about this divot in the skull.
I've
So
had it. It's
basically,
it's permanent. I'm sure it is.
I'm not sure that's a normal thing or a good thing. Like you hear about dancers and their feet, but pageant girls and the divot in their skull. It's like, Danny and Chloe, do you have divots in your skulls?
I don't. The Galaxy crown, like it's more of a tiara, and it's not as heavy. It can be a little bit painful sometimes when it's like sat on the wrong angle,
Or if you put
you said,
tight.
Yeah, if the pins are in too tight, then it's not the most comfortable. But the price you pay for being a queen, I suppose. You've earned your dented head.
Yes. I feel like your head morphs into the crown, like it just fits.
Yeah, it molds into it.
It molds on.
I actually.
That's a good thing.
Sorry, I was just going to say I actually did my photo shoot with my crown before I went to Grand, and I left it in the photographer's studio and just never picked it up.
Oh. Chloe,
I'm not like a crown person though. I
traumatized.
don't like wearing crowns places. I get really awkward. I don't know why. It's just, yeah.
No. I was going to say, I've never actually seen Chloe in a
the
crown. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Now I know why, because you lost it.
I didn't lose it. The photographer's like, oh, like next time you're in the area, come pick it up. And I just never did. And it's like 4 years later.
Gotta go get that crown, girl.
I know.
I want to see
I've
you
still got
wearing a
my-
crown just once, Chloe. I can't possibly wear a crown before you wear a crown.
I've actually got my old Miss Earth runner-up crown from a few years ago in my dairy house. So yeah, maybe I'll bring it on someday and wear it for the podcast. And
You
yeah, you'll see
definitely
me in a
should.
crown.
You definitely should. Danielle, are you seeing what's happening in the background?
Yes, I know. This is my life now, guys.
So
That's
cute.
definitely Murphy. Murphy was the quiet one when he first arrived, and now he is an absolute terror. But he's very adventurous, and he particularly loves the cords on the blind. I'm gonna knock him down a little bit.
It's okay. what generally would happen, given that we're live, is that Murphy would catch onto that little bauble, get his claws stuck, and then pull all the blinds down. And probably it would fall on Danielle. So,
Yeah.
oh, he's so cute.
He's going to
Look out,
go for
Danielle,
it again.
you're
I know.
Oh,
This one's the angel.
Look, tag team. The other one's going for it now.
This is the angel.
The other one.
He's going to go for it again. I'm going to have to put him out,
Tag team.
aren't I?
No, here we go. No, they're cute,
Oh.
Danielle. It's fine. It doesn't make that much noise.
It's fine.
Don't
I didn't
jump.
notice until you actually
Oh, no.
mentioned it.
Don't jump, because if he gets his claws stuck on it, he's then
He has.
hanging from the cord.
He's jumped before and he's been hanging on like the scene in Lion King. I've actually had the scene in Lion King on the edge of my bed as well from these two.
Hold him up in the air
Did
like
one
Simba.
push the other?
España.
Exactly.
Do it in my crown.
Simba.
Oh, you're so cute.
I do that with my cat all the time, and occasionally if I annoy him too much, he just slaps me in the face when I do that. So
No.
that might be because I'm also blowing air into his face at the same time, which they really dislike.
Yeah.
I have fun with my cats. All right. Before we get too lost on the cute cats, he's going to do it. He's going to jump. Evanjelin, you need to catch us up on how it feels. How did it feel to? I don't know how it's called out in international, but was it to have your name called out or to not have your name called out?
To have my name called out.
Okay, so it's different.
Called out. It was
Oh my God, he's biting. I'm sorry.
surprisingly, I was so calm throughout the whole process. I think it was mainly because I hadn't been to a pageant in a while since competing, because I was, traveling back and forth to Canada, and every time I'd always miss a galaxy or a universe. I'm just like watching online and cheering. So I haven't been in the pageant community for a while until I competed. I was there. So when I competed, finally, it was such a surreal moment, and I was so grateful to be there. And I think that's what's helped me, accomplish my goal of becoming Miss International UK. And I'm just over the moon. And it happened on my mom's birthday, so pressure. But it was such a surreal moment, and I'm so grateful.
That's a good birthday present to give your mum. How involved is your mum with pageantry? Is she a full-on pageant mum, or?
She's a full-on pageant mum, and she's not crazy. Not a crazy pageant mum. She's very supportive. Sometimes she forgets about me. She goes to the other girls and talks to them and their mums and makes friends. So I'm so grateful, and we love this. It's like our hobby together. Like, she loves being a part of it, and very much so. I'm grateful for her to be a part of it too.
I guess she might find it a bit harder to forget you, or forget that you're competing now that you have the crown. It's going to be very easy to find you.
I remember just a herd of people coming rushing my mum. I just remember when I was crowned and I was looking down and I just saw a group of people rushing my mum, and that was a great moment as well.
They rushed your mum?
Yeah.
They didn't rush you. They rushed your mum.
I remember looking down on the stage and just being like, what? I just kept it going. I did a walk around the stage and had a little boogie. But I'm just so happy that my mom enjoyed it too, because it was kind of our day. I was competing and it was also her birthday, and it was a special day for sure.
It was only a matter of time it was going to happen, because I remember watching you compete the last time.
I still remember.
And just being in awe of you. I was obsessed. I was like, this girl, it's not a matter of if, it's when she gets her crown. And I knew you were going to do it. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I remember your words as if it was yesterday. I remember you being like, don't give up. Like, this time, it might not be your time, but I know for sure that you will get that crown. And now I'm here. So thank you, Claire. I remember usually if I didn't win a pageant, the beginning stages of pageantry for me, you are upset, or you're like, okay, it's okay, just move on to the next, or in my case, I just competed the year after. But I remember when I didn't win Miss International UK the first time, I was just so grateful, and for all the support that people, positive messages that really build up my spirit and just made me want to continue and, fulfill this dream of mine. So thank you. Thank you to the people out there giving me words of wisdom.
We do
Amazing.
have
Danny
We
helped
do-
me
sorry,
get those
Chloe.
go-to earrings.
Oh yeah.
They were perfect.
I remember that when you
we'll
showed
get
me the
to
gown.
Danielle in a second. Danielle, Danielle has had her Charlotte Clemmy shoot. So I love how Charlotte posted up that Charlotte felt pressure to sort of deliver because she's shooting the pageant stylist. And I have it here. I will show the people for the 1% who haven't seen the reel, just whilst I die here. But Evanjelin, you, so obviously the intent was to compete internationally in Japan this year.
Yes.
That's been postponed, obviously, because
Next
Japan
fall.
is struggling with COVID. So 2022, do we have a rough date?
At the moment, no. They've just said next fall, so the fall of 2022. Hopefully this year they will give us an exact date. So, yeah. I'm just taking this time to, prepare myself and work on
plenty of time.
I feel more at ease because the Miss International UK pageant was also postponed. So if I were to go, I would only have like 3 or 4 months to prepare. But thankfully,
you're going to have loads of time.
before I was prepared. But then I was like, oh no, I have to get everything done.
Well, you have loads of time to prepare now. I was just thinking about that this morning. There are so many, like out of the Grand Slam pageants, they're all about to happen within the next few months. Apart from International, which was cancelled, Universe is coming up. World is coming up. Intercontinental Grand is coming up. Earth is coming up.
Earth is going to be virtual, though.
Going virtual. Yep, Earth is going virtual.
Again.
And Universe is in Israel. World is Puerto Rico. And where is Grand being held? Daniel, you've dropped off the sound.
Thailand, I think.
Thailand. That's what I thought. Still can't hear you, Danielle. I think we can hear you now. Say something.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, that's better.
Yeah, sorry, the cat is literally just playing with the wire here. So if you keep seeing me like keep doing this, it's because he's like playing with the wire.
It's like you're chasing toddlers and they're terrible twos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but cats are faster than toddlers.
Yeah.
Cats are such a problem. Toddlers can't move very fast. Cats like that, they can be in and out causing mischief before you know. All right, just before I get to Danielle to catch us up on her huge birthday weekend and shoot and everything's happened. Chloe, how about you catch us up? What's been happening with yourself?
So I've just had like a weekend of working, really, nothing too exciting. Just kind of getting settled into that place of my life where I'm now moved to Belfast. I have a new job and started a new degree, and a lot of it's at the moment like trying to find my feet. And like I've met some amazing people since I've moved here. Really lucky to be living with some lovely girls and working with some lovely girls as well. I got a part-time job in a jewelry store. The girls are also sweet, and like I've just been loving it in Belfast. It's been like doing wonders for my social life because I spent like the last year and a half in lockdown. But for anyone who knows, I live in a tiny island in Donegal where there's like not many other houses in my street. I didn't really have any friends in my area, so I spent like a lot of time quite isolated. And it actually kind of messed up my social skills a little. And so like to be out and about and socializing again and like just have this sense of normality back. I'm just loving that. So it's really nice to just be here with a new beginning and just taking every day as it comes, but nothing overly exciting, just work and class and getting settled in. No fancy photo shoots like Danielle.
Well, you had yours like the week before. You had like a really good like hot shoot a couple of weeks ago.
I've seen the stories.
Thank you. That was last weekend. I did a photo shoot with a tanning brand. So I had so much fun during that. And just excited to see what's ahead in the next few weeks.
Oh.
Everyone's having photo shoots except me. I feel left out.
You need to get one booked in then, didn't you, Adrian?
Not a tanning shoot. I'm not,
Maybe not. Maybe keep clothes on for it.
and I'm not going to style. I don't think I'll style myself quite the same as Danny styled herself. Let's just say, but yeah. So I mean, Chloe, you've moved to a new place, so it sounds like it's almost like beginning a new life. And I'm sure you're not the only one who's lost some social skills. We literally in Sydney just opened up yesterday, so we can actually now go and eat at places and sort of have normal life for the double vaxxed. And it feels very weird because now we have vaccine passports. I don't know if this is a thing that's going to be happening in the UK, but you have to prove. Okay, so you have to prove with an official document that you've had the double vax if you have. And, you know, some people aren't happy with that. So it is weird times. And, you know, it feels a little bit weird sometimes interacting with people. You don't know if you can shake hands, whether you can hug, whether you can talk to people, whether you can take your mask off or you have to leave it on. So, yeah, it's weird times, but hopefully we're getting back to normality soon. Okay, Danielle, Miss Latimer, who had her birthday. Shall we just show the reel first? Why don't we just show the reel and then we can get Danielle to catch us up.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Exactly. Let's just show the reel and then Danielle can walk us through it. This one here.
Talking it, she ain't trying it. He keep calling me crime. Dance how you killed this. I understood the assignment. 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 All my talking.
Okay.
Amazing.
Well, you can see on the comments on the side, there's an Emma Jenkins and an Emma Collingridge. They're obviously impressed. Oh, you did, says Emma Jenkins.
Love Emma.
All right. So, Danielle, your turn to catch us up. I'll just leave this playing in the background so people can just keep watching it again and again and again. How's your week been?
Oh, lovely. So I had work all week, clients of an evening. And then Thursday, my dad came down to South Wales. We did the 3.5-hour journey, him and my sister. Went out for a nice bit of dinner, my favourite Italian. And I worked from home on Friday for the first time, which was a nice testing period to see if I can actually work from home. And Dad came round and we had some lunch. And then in the evening, Jordan whisked me away to the Cotswolds for a spa break weekend. I got spoilt rotten. The food was delicious. I had 3 treatments in one day. I felt like I was walking on cloud 9 by the end of Saturday night. And then we had a nice early night and then had the drive from the Cotswolds up to Leeds, where I met Meggie and obviously the whole team that's at Charlotte Clemmy Studios and had my shoot. Funny story is, obviously, I offer shoot styling as one of my services, and I really, I like to give the best possible service. I like to give some very editorial type looks because I think everyone's getting a little bit bored of the samey pageanty looks over and over again. So it's really kind of like always coming up with something fresh, new, creative. And I think I got to a point where I felt like the creativity tank was emptied on all of my clients. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I've had this idea to do this kind of Studio 54, whoever's very familiar. It used to be a nightclub back in the day. I think it was back in Hollywood. Everyone used to go there. Andy Warhol, Elton John, Cher, everyone used to be there. And it was very glitzy and all the supermodels back in the day. And I wanted to do a little nod to that. So that's where the gold dress came from. And I decided I wanted to do a wet hair look for that. And then it turned more from Studio 54 to Liquid Gold. I like to name my looks. So that look was then renamed, rebirthed into Liquid Gold. And then I had the longest plait in the universe for my Boss Babe vibe look.
I saw that. It's almost down to your waist.
Yeah, it was a long old plait. It's from Lulabells for anyone that's interested. I love a bit of Lulabells. it was quite, I wish I took a photo of Duncan's face when I pulled it out, because he was like, how do I do this? Like, I can't do a Duncan's accent as well as I could do Emma Jenkins. He was like, how do I do this? And he managed to get it in, and it was amazing. And yeah, there was one other look that I didn't feature. We didn't get much content. It was my first look. I did like a headshot, black look with some earrings, which are from, I'm a brand ambassador for the Bejeweled Boutique. So I put a little, another video up actually. I think I've got another one to go up. So I didn't put that in the reels because I didn't have any footage, but I think I've got some now from Duncan. But yeah, it was a good laugh, really good laugh. It was nice to do it with Meggie, and she was very good and got lots of content behind the scenes, all those videos in that reel. It was really nice. They were saying happy birthday to me, and I almost cried, and I had a really lovely birthday. Loads of flowers, loads of cards, 2 balloons that both say "Stay Fabulous." How strange is that? I think Moonpig has a special "Stay Fabulous" balloon. It's like a little bit like my tagline. And so yeah, I had 2 of Moonpig.
Moonpig.com.
I don't know what Moonpig is.
Do you not have Moonpig?
Okay.
Moonpig is like a personalization card distributor. You can make a card and send it to someone, but they also give like Prosecco, balloons, flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a summary of like my birthday.
Oh,
I'm glad you had an amazing time.
It was so much fun, and just to get all dressed up and have, you know what it's like when you go and shoot with Charlotte. It's like a full team. The energy is high. Everyone's so like high pitched. Is what best way to describe it. Everyone's squealing, dancing around, filming TikToks and videos, and no, it's just such a lovely vibe. And yeah, 33 is an angel number apparently, so it's going to be a good year.
oh.
Is it an angel number? 30?
Apparently. Treasure tree.
Well, your favorite number is 8, so you already have a lot of 8s in your birthday. So 33. Good luck. Just to contrast, do you remember what you were wearing the very first time we shot one of these podcast episodes?
Yeah,
it wasn't quite as glamorous as
Union Jack onesie. When we actually did pajamas.
Yeah, Evanjelin has dressed appropriately. She's the only one who's dressed.
Bougie, silky pajamas.
I do not have silk pajamas.
This is it.
I need to get some more pajamas, you see. Like, if I was just wearing pajamas every week, you'd be seeing the same thing over and over again. So I do need to invest in some more pajamas. You know what we need to do? We need to get a pajama sponsor. That's what we need.
For our PJ parties.
Yeah.
Are there such things as, like, you girls have like silk pajamas, this silk pajamas, that? Is there anything for men though? I feel like men
men can wear silk pajamas too.
It's silk rug.
Yeah, you can wear a silky pajama.
Sounds a bit like Hugh Hefner kind of thing, but okay. Silk. Can you imagine we wearing a silk robe on one of these things? Good God. Okay. Dear me.
Blue striped pajamas.
Yeah, blue striped pajamas, cotton.
I don't want to traumatize
I always think
people.
of the banana in pajamas.
Banana, yeah.
Banana in pajamas are coming down the stairs.
Speaking of bananas, this is a very weird segue. Did any of you guys see Taylor Swift doing she just had LASIK surgery done, and she was on a late night talk show. I think it was Jimmy, one of the Jimmys. I can't remember. I think it was Jimmy Fallon. No, Fallon. Did any of you see the video of what happened?
No.
You should watch it. Taylor Swift's mother. So afterwards, you're dosed up on gas and you're kind of dopey and really weird. And so she was recuperating at home, and her mum, I don't know if she does this all the time, was videoing Taylor Swift, like, as she was just bumping around doing weird things. And so you see Taylor Swift, you know how she's normally glammed up, and she's wearing this whole face mask so that you can't touch your own eyes. and she goes to reach for a banana and she gets the wrong one because she just had her eyes done, and she starts complaining and almost crying about how she picked the wrong banana. And then it cuts to her. It's not glamorous at all, lying in bed with the face mask on, and she's eating this banana, and her mum keeps telling her not to cry because she's losing it for some reason. She's about to cry because she's dozed up. So if you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. Highly recommended. But I just want to circle back because, Danielle, you've obviously had your shoot. Evanjelin, have you had a Charlotte Clemmy shoot?
I'm actually going to have one in November 23rd. So, Danny, I need to hit you up about these styling tips.
Ooh,
I'm getting bored with the typical, pageant look. So I do go towards the editorial vibe. But I had a shoot the day after I won. So I'm just excited to do another Charlotte shoot. She's excited. We've been talking about plans on the shoot.
Can you just tell us what happens on a Charlotte day? So because I have no idea what happens on a Charlotte day.
I live like 3.5 hours away, so my trip's pretty early. I've got to leave around 5:30. I usually have a face mask on with iPad, just napping in the car, and then I magically appear at Charlotte's studio. Then we're welcomed with Patty and Duncan, and now Joanna as well. They always mix and match. And then we plan the makeup looks. We start getting ready, curl the hair, get ready, and then shoot. And Charlotte really puts attention to detail. Like initially, a shoot lasts around, I think, 2.5 hours, right, Danny? Or
wow.
Yeah, about that.
But if we need more time, she'll give you time.
Yeah.
Including the makeup, maybe 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
She definitely wants to make sure you get that shot. I think
and little Charlotte is so good. She greets you, and we'll take your case and we'll lay out all of your options for you, and she'll be like, right, what are we doing for this? And it's because she took my case through, and there were still quite a few people shooting, so we stayed in the waiting area. And as I walked on through, all of my clothes are like lined up on the rack all perfectly. I was like, oh, this is amazing service. This is. Usually it's me going through everyone else's stuff, being like, you got to wear this for this and that for that. And it was just all done. Pro.
And I think Laura's back. Laura? From Italy.
Yeah, Laura. Yeah.
She was, I remember meeting her as well in one of the shoots that I did. And I can't wait to see her again. So we have little Charlotte,
so
Laura,
lovely.
Charlotte. It's going to be a great
team.
The full shebang.
Yeah.
Is Laura because Laura was originally, I think, Charlotte's au pair. Is she working? I saw a post. I think she's working with Charlotte like full time now.
Yeah, I think she's like a little apprentice. I think she's teaching. Charlotte is teaching Laura how she does her shoots, photography, and I think she's interested in that. So I think she's got like a little second shooter.
So how big is Charlotte's team now? So it's obviously Charlotte, Patty, Duncan, Laura. Is that it? I mean, that's already enough.
And little Charlotte.
Little Charlotte.
Who's little Charlotte?
So that's Duncan's sister. And she kind of and she kind of like facilitates throughout the day. She helps dress you. She'll take your bits and bobs. She's just basically there to help. Sometimes I hold a hairdryer at you. Just kind of when Charlotte can't jump in and help out, little Charlotte will jump in and help out. Holding reflectors.
When you said little Charlotte, I was thinking like I've met Charlotte. I think she was that small, but okay, it's a different Charlotte. What's Holly's pageant girl team? There's been a few changes with that as well. Who's on the pageant girl team now?
There's Helena, who does social media, Kelsey, Edison, Holly herself.
And then there's the dress shop manager. What's her name? Completely escaped my mind, but there are
dress shop definitely new faces. Yeah, it's definitely growing.
Right, because I saw Kelsey had started working for Holly, and then I saw Edison as well. So it looks like it's growing, which is a good thing. So, are there any pageants left coming up in the UK? Obviously, we've got Universe GB, just coming up, not even in a week. When is Galaxy happening?
End of November. So I think I hand over on the 26th of November.
Right.
But you've also got Team Great Britain at the end of not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yes.
What else have we got? We've got Intercontinental UK next month, November.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very, very busy end to the year.
It is. It's jam-packed. This is what I say to my other half. You've got to book in a weekend with me.
Poor Jordan.
Book in advance.
When is Universe GB on? Is it this weekend?
It is this weekend, so it all kicks off on Thursday. I am the official photographer for that. So I won't be around on Thursday. I think Paula's got someone else in to take pictures of the bikini photo call. But I'll be there from the Bring a Bra ball. And then the show is on the Saturday. And then I'll hopefully be meeting up with a winner on Sunday and probably getting some of her first pictures of her first day in the crown.
Wow. Chloe and Evanjelin.
Oh, he's dropped out.
That
is a flattering still of Adrian right there. I think he was about... Oh.
Hey.
He's back.
Always freezes at the worst moments. just it kills me. I was going to ask... Danielle, I think, knew what I was going to ask. Chloe and Evie, are you guys going to be able to make it to Universe GB?
Unfortunately, I'll be going to London, but I'll be doing some modelling shoots. So I'll be watching online for sure.
Chloe, are you making it?
Yeah, I'm going to fly out to Bristol at 8 on the Saturday morning, but I think I'm going to get the early flight back on the Sunday so I can... Oh, no, maybe I won't have to now. Oh, I haven't booked my flight home yet, but maybe I can stick around. Because I thought I was going to have to work on Sunday, but I don't think I am now. So, yeah.
Well, you can hang around with that crazy one over there, and if your bestie wins,
and I owe her a wine.
You got a memory like you wouldn't believe that one. Yes, she will never ever leave this earth until she's bought you a glass of wine. That if your bestie wins, then you'll have a dual reason to be hanging around and celebrating. So it's going to be a tough competition. Yeah, tough competition. So we've, in terms of, we've had Amy Mizak on the podcast. Obviously, we've had Emma Collingridge on, who I know very well, and then yesterday, 2 days ago, I interviewed Christina Chalk, who's an amazing woman as well.
They're all incredible.
Yeah, and then how long will they have until internationals? That's right, because internationals is in December.
I want them all to win this year. I'm just like, just send them all.
That's what you always say,
especially
Chloe,
because
you want everyone to win.
Yeah, especially because it's Amy and Christina's last chance, isn't it? And
Joanna's.
So just send them all. Let them all go.
I'm not sure that's how it works, but you can suggest that to Universe International, see how it goes. But the internationals in December, right? For Universe.
Yeah, in Israel.
Not going to have much time between drinks, so to speak.
Don't stress me out. I know, because I need to dress the girl.
How stressful is it, Danielle? Like, in terms of, because I have no idea. I know styling back to front, kind of like it's like savants recognize one another. You're like styling like I am with tennis. So exactly, what's your procedure? Like if Chloe or Evanjelin said, I've got Universe International in 2 months, what goes through your head apart from, oh crap, that's not enough time?
Help me.
I know, yeah. I've got to get, if you want me to style you for international, that's a whole... Basically, for an international like that, it takes quite a few hours. Basically, I like to create a skeleton based on your itinerary. So as soon as that itinerary comes in, that gives me a better understanding of what I'm dressing you for. I put a post up today about appropriate dressing, and what's appropriate for a gala dinner might not be appropriate for just going out for dinner type situation, and different activities throughout the day. So depending on what you are doing, you need to be dressed appropriately. So come up with a skeleton. I like to mix it up. I like to do a good mixture of two pieces, dresses, jumpsuits, suits. So there's a lot of diversity within your look. So you're not just wearing a dress every single day. It gets a bit repetitive and boring. It's like, okay, well, what color dress is you going to wear today? So I like to kind of make sure you're not wearing two dresses in one day. So I like to change it up. I don't like to do, because you'll have a day look and an evening look. So I like to make sure the two looks that you do in those days are stark contrasts as well. So you really change the look to show that you are a chameleon of style. So there's a lot of work that goes into it instead of just picking out pretty dresses. And then, of course, you've got the important matter of shoes, clutch bags. Are we doing a crossbody? Because it might be a bit more of a casual day. Jewelry. There's a lot that goes into it. It takes quite a few hours, and then once we nail it down, we have the lookbook ready to rock and roll. So it just makes packing so much easier instead of just chucking a load of stuff in a case and going, okay, well, I'll make an outfit when I'm out there. You know exactly what goes with what when you're out there. I'm working with some brands to get new collections showcased on the girl while she's there, because obviously this is the biggest platform in pageantry. Miss Universe it is undeniably the largest platform. So we want to represent as many British brands as possible. So I'm in the works with some British brands to get some pieces. But obviously I don't know what to pick, because I don't know the colorings of the girl, because that is very important. I don't know her sizes. So it's kind of, I have an idea of what I want from brands, but it all depends on the girl as well, because I can't order a load of stuff. She might hate everything I pick, because it is a collaboration at the end of the day. I can't just pick willy-nilly and go, there you go, wear that. And she's like, this is not my vibe. I need to know the girl's vibe as well. So if she's got a bohemian thing going on, I can do bohemian chic. If she's more kind of classic cut elegance, very kind of Chanel vibes, then we can go down that elegant route. So it all depends on the girl, really. So yeah, it is stressful when you have less than 2 months to get someone dressed for essentially a month trip.
I was going to ask you, so how long would you ideally want to have the client for in order to get them ready, let's say, for a pageant? But before that, so because you said 2 months is not enough time, is that largely because I've been speaking to a few girls, and it seems the issue a lot of the time is with the gown and things not turning up, or things turning up and they don't fit. Is the 2 months mainly like waiting time in terms of getting something made, getting it delivered, especially during COVID, and then hopefully it actually fits? Is that the big stress?
I think if you're having something made, you need to allow yourself at least a month with the gown. So you want it a month before the pageant, just so you know if it needs to be sent back for alterations. I've had some nightmares with clients, and there's just been no time left, and it's really sad. Yeah. So the sooner you can make your decision of exactly what you want, just get it made ASAP. Some people lose a bit of weight as well due to stress. That's very common. So you need some time to allow for alterations. But if you're having a custom gown made, it should be perfect to your measurements anyway. But, you know, mistakes are made. Human error happens in measurements, in cutting fabrics particularly. So you want a month with the gown before you go, ideally.
Right. Okay. So in the case of university, obviously you won't have much time. You won't have much much wiggle room for things to be delayed or to go wrong. So, I mean, roughly when you are working with the client, how long would you like? Are you talking like 3 months before the actual stage date? 6 months before?
3 months is good, because when you do, I've had sessions with people and it's been like 8 months until the pageant, or sometimes longer, and that you then are victim of changing your mind, because you decide on a gown 8 months before your pageant, and then you decide to change your mind. Particularly with me when I'm styling a few girls in the same category. I have a very infamous spreadsheet, and I have said to people, don't mess with my spreadsheet. So once you know exactly what you want, you have to know what you want, then get it. And don't second guess it. Don't be like, is this good enough? Is that, oh, I heard this person's wearing that. Just cut all of that out and just know exactly what suits you. I would never let someone go on stage with me feeling like that doesn't suit them. But yeah, it can be quite stressful. So 3 months, 4 months is a good time to get something made. We'd decide exactly what we want in the first session, book it within that first month, so they've got 3 months to make it, and that's a good amount of time to make something.
I want to see this infamous spreadsheet. Is it?
Oh God, don't! Because then there's girls. I'm wearing a pink gown, and I decided I now want to wear a blue gown. It's just like, oh, okay, well, I'm dressing someone else in your category, and I've put them in a blue gown, so now they're going to be angry at me because I've dressed 2 people on that stage, and you're both wearing blue gowns. You know,
sounds like musical chairs.
Yeah, it has no say on who wins at all, because it's what the judges are judging what they're seeing. But from a stylist point of view, I don't want to have like 2 girls in a similar dress on stage. So I try and do like everyone has their own individual looks and no one looks similar.
That makes sense.
I want to do another pageant again just so I can be styled by you.
You know what? I've had a few people say that, and I'm
You'll
like,
be very relaxed.
The biggest compliment. It's the biggest compliment ever.
No, I mean,
was having a conversation with someone who I won't name, Chloe, and she had seen you, must have on the podcast, or seen you comment on Amy's or Olivia's, because we were talking about the Scottish group, and she just assumed from your post that you were competing in Miss Universe, because she just thought that you looked like a sort of universe person. It's like, I don't think she's competing, but well, I mean, if you want to, I think we talked about this before. You've got a pretty good support network around you. I mean, you've got
support system.
Yeah,
Danielle
like
would
I
be
probably
more than happy
have.
to style you.
I'll be more than happy to style you.
Oh. No, you guys are all amazing. Like, I feel like if I was to ever compete again, you're right. I do have the best friend group, I think, imaginable. So yeah, maybe someday.
Well, that's a step forwards from I'm never competing again to maybe someday. We're getting there slowly. We're very baby steps baby steps getting there. Evanjelin, with your reign, have you given any thought? Obviously, the intent, as we said, is to go to Japan this year. That's not happening. So you've got a bit of a longer reign. Have you made any plans as to what you'd like to accomplish with the year, with the crown?
So I want to continue doing charity work in the UK, but I've been taking this internationally as well. So I'm originally from Sri Lanka, my background, and with my campaign and my platform with supporting women and single mothers with children who have gone through, domestic violence or homelessness. And in this case, I helped a mother with 2 children build a home because they suffered, they didn't have a home. So I, gathered my close friends and family, and we were able to raise £15,000, and that helped raise build their home. And it actually finished this week. So I'll be posting the final result, and it's great to see that I could, give that to someone. And
that's amazing.
In March next year, 2022, I plan to go and visit Sri Lanka and hopefully open up a community centre. And because there's a lot of children that don't feel safe in their community over there. So I wanted to create like a safe space for, parents to go with their children, have access to free tuition, free food, and, just a safe environment for them to, have sports facilities as well, so they can have a a safe space.
Aww.
That will be taking place next year, and I'll take you along the journey and document it for sure.
And Evangeline, you're going to
incredible.
be fluent in Japanese by the time you
Yes,
get
I'm
to
brushing up on my
Miss International. I'm going to say, because it was pretty good last time I saw you, but with another year to prepare, you are going to be like fluent.
That is definitely the goal. But thankfully, I know conversational Japanese, but I do want to take it to the next level and have like deep conversations for sure. I can show you some now. I've learnt some new words and new phrases.
Go on then, hit us with a new phrase.
I'll be very easily impressed because we don't speak a word of Japanese. So go ahead.
So, 皆さん、こんにちは。私の名前は Evanjelin Elchmanar です。私は Miss International になり、Miss International の旅のまずと素晴らしい先生のユミさんと一緒に日本語を練習してきました。私は60回目の Miss International ステージで、私を国を代表することをとっても誇りに思っています。
I
No idea what
understood
you
Evanjelin
said.
I'm
Elchmanar
so
and
excited.
International UK.
Yeah, that's all you got. I
got
said,
those two.
hello, I'm Evangeline. I'm the current Miss International UK, and I'll be competing at the Miss International in Japan. And I had the help with my teacher teach me some Japanese phrases. And I'm so excited to be a part of the 60th Miss International UK and share this experience with the girls from all over the world.
Oh, it's so lovely.
I know you're huge into animes. So did you, like, how much of your Japanese did you learn in a formal setting and how much did you learn from just watching anime?
I think because at a young age, I grew up with two older brothers, so they definitely introduced me to anime. So I can say that in Japanese as well. So, 9歳の時から 兄弟のおかげでアニメが大好きになり. So I said my brothers taught me to, love anime and they introduced me to it. And I think that definitely helped me understand Japanese. So I can, understand most Japanese, I think, natively, as long as it's slow. Because anime, I think it's not the formal way of speaking.
That's what I was going to ask. So I don't know any Japanese, but I'm just thinking, like, are you speaking like a Japanese anime character?
No,
because I've seen some Japanese anime, and it's like, it's always very dramatic. He's yelling
dramatic.
and then these,
That's very dramatic.
You're not actually speaking like that though, are you? Like, you're not sounding like an anime character.
Hopefully not. If anyone knows Japanese, hopefully I'm not. That'll be very weird if I was just going around like, hi! But I definitely took classes as well to help me have conversational Japanese and actually speak with people instead of having short phrases, what anime usually is. And it's something about like fiction, some sort of storyline that does not really happen in real life. But that definitely helped. That definitely helped me understand Japanese and get me to this stage for sure.
That's going to be so helpful.
Yeah.
So helpful.
It'll make you stand out a lot.
I have loved, I'm more into documentaries now. Like, I've watched the occasional Demon Slayer, like I mentioned in the other podcast, but I haven't really watched much anime. But I definitely love learning about the Japanese culture through NHK World. That's like one of my favorite, platforms to learn about Japan and help me prepare for Miss International. Yeah.
Wow. Just speaking of anime, not that it's anime, but I was asking Evangeline before this. Squid Games. Have you guys watched it?
I watched the first 3 episodes.
I watched the first one and the last one.
This is a question. Do you watch in English? Do you watch in English or Korean?
We like to mix it up in this household.
That's good. Okay, I can live with that. What about you?
So,
do you watch in English?
Oh, did I watch it? Did you say? Sorry.
You watch it?
Oh yeah, I've watched the first 3 episodes. It's really good.
In English or Korean?
Oh, anime. Sorry, I thought you meant Squid Game.
Squid Game.
No, Squid Games, because it's
dubbed.
dubbed.
I watched it in English.
Oh no. You've got to watch it in Korean.
Is it the really bad dubbing? Is it
I
like the
never-
old
no,
Chinese kung fu Jackie Chan dubbing
No,
where,
it's
you know,
better-
and then like, hello?
Or
It's
is
not
it
like
just
that?
full on
Dubbing.
American accent.
Yeah, it is a bit strange.
Oh.
But I've seen a lot worse dubbing. It's quite, as dubbing goes, it's not too bad. But sometimes I want to give my eyes a little bit of a rest from reading because I end up focusing on the words. I'm dyslexic as well, so I've really got to read properly. So I end up reading the story, and I'm like, I might as well listen to this in an audible,
Right. Yeah.
read it.
I think anime
so-
has helped me as well, like with subtitles. So that's probably why I like.
Yeah.
I can scan and just alternate.
Yeah, I'm pretty slow when it comes to that. So I'll be reading the story and then every now and then look up and see what's actually happening. So we mix it up depending how like switched on I am.
Like if you have food in front of you, like just watch in English, I think, because then you have a lot of things to focus on.
Yeah.
Your food, subtitles.
Evangeline has a
can't
lot of
distract
food
us.
next to her at the moment. You had the. How's that Big Mac going?
Oh,
For
That was
those
my
of you who
dinner
don't know,
last night.
Evangeline literally only got back into the UK today, earlier this morning. She got back from Canada, so she is jet lagged
I
beyond
am
belief.
jet-lagged. I hopefully don't look
Oh
that.
no,
I
you never
definitely-
know.
Had my beauty sleep, and then I was like, right, I need to get ready. I think that's mainly why I wore my pajamas, because I'm like, I am not ready for a full glam today.
It's
Put my hair in a
convenient.
pony. That's the best you're gonna get today.
It's all right. You're in good company. Mine still has product in it from
I have hairspray.
yesterday's shoot. So much pomade in here from my wet look, and I did not have time to wash my hair this morning because, as you all know, Evangeline, washing our long hair is an event.
Just take quite a while. Yeah.
Dear me. So, Danielle, you said you watched the first episode and the last episode.
Yeah.
So, you know what happens at the end now.
I know what happens at the end, I just don't know what happens in between. Basically, I know how it all starts, and then I know who it's left down to, which
How
is
would you rate
brilliant.
Out of 10.
I think it's a bit weird for me. It's a bit too like
People
far-fetched.
been comparing it
me.
to Hunger Games. Is
It's got a Hunger Games vibe about it.
Of what I've seen, it definitely has that kind of
But-
vibe.
You know, when you watch something, you think, "What on earth did I just watch? Like, I can't get those hours
Yeah.
back."
I've seen the memes,
Um,
and you just see like the before and after of people watching. They're happy, and then after they're just like in shock. I'm
Yeah.
intrigued. I'm excited to watch it. Sure.
I was quite angry at the last after the final episode because I was just like,
Oh,
you know that meme?
Angry?
It's like,
what?
Why were you angry?
why?
What? You felt
Not
like you wasted your
angry, but I
time.
was just frustrated. Yeah, frustrated. And I didn't even waste any time because I didn't watch the in
Dear.
between. But even still, that last hour, I was like, yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, now I really don't want to watch it because everyone and their mother seems to be
You're
watching
one of
it.
these
I'm
ones.
already
You
not
back
wanting to
away from
watch
the
it.
mainstream.
Yeah,
I've put it
I
up
was
to-
literally having an argument with someone on Instagram because I asked, well, like, what do people think about Squid Game? Because everyone's watching it, and this girl was trying to convince me I had to watch it. And the more she was convincing me, the more I was like, no, definitely can't watch it. And now after what you said, Daniel, I really don't feel like I've missed out on anything. So
Yeah.
Like all these little spoilers are just like making me feel like I've already watched it. And do I really need to watch
Oh no spoilers.
it?
But it is quite stressful watching. It's an emotional roller coaster when you watch it. And my
okay.
my little ticker can't take it sometimes.
Are the episodes quite long, like an hour? Because I'm like a professional binge watcher. I could just continue.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like
I need
once
to
I
stop.
start it, I know I won't be able to stop. So if
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, I need to realize I'm going to dedicate
Commitment.
10, 20. Yeah,
Hours.
I can't stop unless it's horrible.
I have
But
to
if I
stop
get
in
into
between.
it,
Otherwise, it's just gonna continue.
This is what we
No,
were
I
like
don't.
when we watched Downton Abbey. We watched the whole of Downton Abbey.
Well, that's a
That-
lot.
It was
that's
it
one
was
thing
like
I can
8
safely say I'm not going to
seasons.
watch that.
It was
8
brilliant.
seasons.
It was delightful. It was a delight for the eyes. Better than Squid Games in my eyes.
think the only time I've done that is the only time I've done that is with Doctor Who. When I was first getting into Doctor Who, I watched the first 4 seasons back to back, and literally I didn't sleep. And by the end of it, I think like 2 days later, my brain was just...
You're on a high. You're just continuously awake and alert, I think.
Yeah, but you actually start getting a bit delusional. Like you actually start thinking... You expect the TARDIS to just appear in your backyard, or you hear that sound, the sound that the TARDIS makes when it... Yeah. But I've told Chloe this many times because she's a big Doctor Who fan and a big David Tennant fan. And we both weirdly watched the first 4 seasons and then stopped because that's when David Tennant left the role.
And Russell T Davies, who's actually coming back to the show.
And Chloe's very excited about that. And Chloe's trying to get into the role as the next assistant. The next Doctor's assistant. She doesn't want to be the Doctor. She wants to be the assistant.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
There you go.
I actually did A-level drama in the hopes of one day being cast in Doctor Who.
I did a performing arts degree hoping that I could be a Bond girl one day, but that ship might have sailed.
Oh, hang on. I need to bring this up with you. You said you didn't like Daniel Craig as David Craig? Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
I'm saying Daniel Craig was up with Craig David.
No one can remember his name.
But Daniel Craig, why? Because I like him as Bond, and I think for me he's the best Bond. But you don't like him. Why don't you like him as Bond?
You know what? I think he's spot on when it comes to the books because Bond was a cold-hearted, killer, assassin, and that's what you would get. You would get a brute. I think he plays that to its truest form, which is great. But I grew up on Bond that was very suave, charming, just a bit more refined. I just don't find Daniel Craig very refined.
He's not refined in that role. I mean, in the first Bond film, he literally runs through a wall.
Yeah, and that doesn't do it for me. You can still get the job done without having to put your fist through walls type situation. Do you know what I mean? I don't want a brute Bond. I want a suave.
Okay, so
debonair.
Who's your pick then? Who's your pick? If it's not Daniel Craig, who is it? Please don't tell me Pierce Brosnan.
No, Pierce Brosnan was good. Roger Moore.
Okay.
No. Sorry, Sean Connery. Not Roger Moore. Sean Connery. Sean
Connery was he's fairly big and buff as well. He wasn't the most.
But he had a little bit of an edge to him. But he had that cute Scottish accent, and he was very cheeky. Do you know what I mean? He was very cheeky. Whereas I feel like Daniel Craig is not cheeky. I couldn't have a laugh. I couldn't have a laugh with him. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't go down the pub and have a laugh with Daniel Craig as Bond, could you? Whereas you could get blind drunk with Sean Connery and end up in a yacht in Monaco, and it just would happen like that. Do you know what I mean? It would happen, and you'd have a good giggle with him.
This is how you measure what James Bond is. Who could I most get drunk with, and we'll rank them according to that.
But also still have a civilized dinner with as well, and have a flirt, an intelligent flirt with someone that's good company. Whereas I feel like Daniel Craig would just want a wham bam, thank you, man.
Yeah. It is interesting thinking about, because I've seen the Sean Connery ones and the Roger Moore ones and the Pierce Brosnan ones, and you're right, it was more playful, those ones. It was yes, he was shooting people, but you didn't really feel sorry for them, whereas
you didn't
in the
see
latest
blood.
ones, it's quite painful. It's very brutish, it's very real, and I know that's what they were going for.
That's the impression I got when the Batman started to change as well. I used to love Batman's Returns whenever it was the Penguin and Catwoman, and it was really funny and lighthearted, and then it got really serious. I still like the new Batmans, but I don't know.
It's different, right?
It's
different.
It's probably better to think of it as completely different because because I mean, if you're talking about old school Batman, like Adam West's Batman, I mean that's so different. And there's another new Batman coming out, but apparently the Justice League, the original cut, did very badly because people thought it was too serious. That's why they did the other cut, which then bombed. And then they released the Zack Snyder cut, which was like 3.5 hours long. But it's not a happy movie. Let's just put it that way. So it depends whether you like the brooding or the humor. Okay, so we've been on for a while. Evanjelin, what have you got coming up in the next? Why don't you talk us through from now until? Gee, it's almost 2022. What have you got coming up between now and 2022?
Wow. So tomorrow, actually, I'm going to London. I don't know if you can see this. I've got this special present all the way from Japan. It's a Takasaki Daruma. And I'm part of the Miss International project where I'm going to, it's believed that this wards off misfortune and brings in good luck. So this was a special present from Jethro. And I'm going to go to London tomorrow and, showcase this beautiful ornament. And I've actually got another one. They were so kind to send another one. And this is like beautiful. My brother wants it.
Wow, that is beautiful.
It's got this kind of wave pattern.
Yeah.
So cute.
I have a little piece of Japan with me. So they wrote Miss International United Kingdom, my Instagram handle, Takasaki Daruma, and then hopefully, I think it says Takasaki Daruma in Japanese. But yeah, it's something that I was looking forward to when I came back from Canada. So I think that's what's also made me wake up, because I'm just like, wow, okay, I can finally hold this in my hand. But yeah, I'm going to do a shoot.
What are you doing in London? You're doing you shooting and filming?
Yeah, with this. And also I've got like some acting agents and modeling agents to see as well. So Miss International UK has definitely opened up many doors, and I'm super excited to share the news very soon.
Are you going to be a Bond girl? Are you going to be the next Bond girl?
When you say that, maybe. No.
Don't.
You never know.
I can live vicariously through you.
They have to announce the next Bond before they announce probably the next Bond girl. So that could be exciting.
True. And I wasn't a fan of the casting of the Bond girls.
The recent one.
I thought what's her name? I don't know. The playful girl in Cuba, she was great, but she was only in a few scenes. They should have had more of her because I thought she was fun. And the lead Bond girl that was in it was dull as dishwater in my eyes.
I do feel that
I feel like any of us three and Adrian can play a better Bond girl.
Well, don't say that. I think that's the writer's fault. I do know exactly what you're talking about. I found like the fact that they've had the same girl now in I think 3 of the movies. I don't like that because that seems to, I don't know if that was the way it was written in the past, but just sort of having this girl sort of keep appearing and be a central part of the storyline.
Was that Eva Green's character?
No, because they killed her off in the first one, but the one that's in the latest one, she's been in 3, I think, 3 of the movies, or at least 2. So she's kind of like a recurring character, which in Bond never happened before, apart from the good guys. You'd have Bond, Q, Moneypenny, but the girl would always be different in each movie. So I found that a little bit weird. I didn't find her particularly compelling anyway. But Evanjelin, no, I'm not going to cast as a Bond girl, just so you know. I have the legs for it. Not quite the hair. I'd have to grab hair extensions from you guys. Make sure you pack those well because they look fragile. You don't want to have an accident with them.
Yeah, I'm just going to hold on to it everywhere I go. They're very light, actually. But they're so cute. They are.
As the Japanese would say, very kawaii.
Kawaii.
So, kawaii. Forgive my pronunciation. I don't know. That's what my friend said it was, and she's very, very Australian, so I probably shouldn't take Japanese pronunciation tips from her.
Kawaii.
But you know what kawaii, mate. That's so kawaii, mate. Okay. Don't laugh at my accent. I know I sound like an uncultured brute. I should be the next Bond. Chloe, what have you got coming up over the next week? So you got Universe coming up on the weekend?
Yes, I've got that coming up at the weekend, so that's really exciting. Just university and work during the week. So yeah.
Nice. Well, that'll keep you busy. Danielle, do I dare ask? As we've got Universe coming up.
I think I've already
styling,
told
photo
you.
shooting.
Yeah, work. I've got a client tomorrow night. I am picking one of the girls up and dropping her off at the venue. I've got the name of the place. It's all right. I probably shouldn't tell the world anyway where the venue is anyway.
Okay.
A few of my clients have had bits sent to my house because my house is only 20 minutes away. So I will be dropping off bits to the girls on Wednesday night. And then Thursday it's off. Friday. I thought your bed broke then, Chloe.
No.
This was just so at ease.
It was like
Sorry, no, I got a bunch of texts from my bank there. I don't know if you guys seen.
Oh, that would
like someone's hacked me, I think.
Chloe, do you want to deal with that? You can jump off now if you want. We're about to wrap up anyway. And you could deal with that.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll
you
see you in a second.
can deal with that.
Sorry.
And then it's the bring a bra. It's such a tongue twister, isn't it? Bring a bra.
Bring a bar ball.
Bring
You
a
don't want to
bar
get that
ball.
wrong. Bring a bar brawl versus bring a bra ball.
Yeah.
Bar ball. I can do that. I'm Australian. But yeah, bring a bra ball.
Bring a
bra ball.
Bing a bar ball.
Bing a bar ball.
Bing a bar ball.
It's going to sound like we have speech impediments by the end of this. Bing a bar ball. Bing a bar ball. Well, I'm going to be really excited to see how Miss Universe GB goes. I think whoever wins is going to be a very strong candidate. That's all you want from things like this, and hopefully everyone has a great time. So yeah, Daniel, I'm sure you're going to be super, super busy. So let's leave it there for tonight. Evanjelin, thank you so much for coming on, and congratulations again on your big win. And take care of your kawaii.
My kawaii.
I can't remember what it's called.
Kira Takasaki Dharma.
I'm going to have to study up on my Japanese. That is very cool. But we'll let Evanjelin go so she can eat her McDonald's and maybe have more coffees and then just fall asleep right there on the spot.
I was literally just asleep the whole day, and then I was like, right, I'm hungry. And yeah.
Girls got to eat. Girls got to eat. Yep. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Anytime. You're welcome back anytime. Thanks everyone for watching, and we will speak to you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Pageant Sorority Access opens up on Monday, the 1st of November. To get early access, head to thepageantsorority.com and enter your email address. Hope to see you there, and see you next time.